Welcome everyone. Happy Sunday to all of you. Let me get this arranged. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Today's topic is super special to me. It means a lot, and it's something that I'm going to open up to everybody eventually, especially those of us who are Cuban Americans, and I'm pretty sure have much to say about the subject of I Love America. I'm going to say why I love America so much. There's a million reasons, and that's why it can't all be done in one live or in one video. It's actually going to be an exposition of many videos of many things that we're going to do in this channel. Sometimes people don't understand why we Cuban Americans um, are so pro America, and there's tons of reasons. Too much to cover in one spot. But my first reason to love America is because obviously what we take as a cliche sometimes, but it's for the freedom to think and say whatever we want, the freedom to go after any opportunity we desire, the opportunity to choose what to do and what not to do. So, as you already know, like this channel is very focused on Cuban Americans in one sense, and then also on inspiring inspiration and achieving things that most of us don't think are normal. But one of the things I'm mostly proud of since I started the channel is being able to sometimes run into some other folks from around the world or from other areas who see America in a different light, who say that America is an imperialist state, who say that America has, talk about more about America's faults than the good things that America brings. And I am here to show that side that it's all a fake, it's all a facade that the world has created. It's all a false narrative to just hate on a nation that really loves its people. The American society is amazing. The way they embrace immigrants like myself, the opportunities it gives each person to overcome and to achieve great things. And there's nothing more fulfilling than when I'm talking to one of those people who are either communist or who just have a wrong view of America just because they don't live in America, or just they just have a different, been taught different things about America that either are not true or very biased, or just not completely taking into account all perspectives. They only take into account an outsider's perspective. And that's when I tell them the story of how I've had free healthcare since until I got a job, how I had free access to education, how I was able to win and obtain some scholarships to even pay for my higher education, how I'm free to move anywhere in the U.S. and in fact many places during the world because of the freedom that we and the allies that we have around the world to improve to improve those freedoms. When I tell them about my story, how I have been able to really either be part of groups that are in political movements, or whether I'm a part of activism for the disability community, or whether I am part of just different things that a lot of people around the world don't get a chance to participate in, either because their government is not open enough and doesn't allow them to. You see, people around the world don't understand why we have the right to really protect our freedoms with the Second Amendment. But we're here to show them all that. So in this section, I say all that to say that in this section of Why I Love America, we're going to show the story of many Cuban Americans and obviously myself of doing things of why we live America, acting and putting into perspective the things that America provides and the things that are possible in America, and really what the American dream is all about. It's about freedom. It's about taking your life on your hands and doing the best of it. So first of all, I came at the age of 10 to the U.S., as many of you may know. I was able to go to receive amazing education, not just regular education like K to 12, but also specialized education in order for me to be part and be able to be in my community included, with mobility trainings that taught me how to go from one end to another of a city or a neighborhood to travel, within the country. I also was given many pieces of technology and high advanced pieces of equipment that help me navigate the world, either via professionally or even at the educational level, with things that help me do assignments or just regular desk work, to things that I could use to move around the world, different applications, different technologies that maximize vision and to maximize access to many different things that we all use in the day to day. So that's another perspective of it. Then in healthcare, I went to top hospitals to find out about my eye condition, and at the time, I didn't pay for any of that. It was done through, as many of you know, I qualified for Social Security, and by qualifying for that, I didn't really receive Social Security payments. When I was younger, my family decided for me not to receive any money. We were not in need of the money, but we did use the healthcare, and it was amazing healthcare, the best technology in the world. And when I tell this story to many people around the world, they are kind of like incredulous. They don't really believe really all the things that they think I'm either lying or making up stuff. And then I'm like the proof that all that stuff that they're saying about, how people get left out to dry, that the poor and the weak don't make it, that those who don't have who get unlucky don't have an opportunity. It's all false, and and I'm the living proof of it. And there's thousands and thousands of people like me. So in the personal note, I bring that message. But then I also can get on a Sunday afternoon at 7 and kind of just speak my mind, support who I want to support, talk about whoever I want to talk about, and not fear for my life, not fear for somebody taking retaliation against me. I feel free to really engage with other people that think differently than me. When in many places around the world, you are segregated, you are discriminated, and you are sometimes even in prison just by doing those simple things of thinking, of free thinking, critical thinking, of making your own mind, of reading what you want. Some people around the world want you to read just what they think is fit. They don't want you to try to grow yourself. They want to make your they want to grow. They want you to be a doctrine by their model, by their perspective, and not receive other perspectives. And that's something, and that's a treasure of America that we always should value and always should defend, because it's not seen throughout the world. I'm going to, at this live, I'm going to talk about all the great things that makes America great. And obviously, if anyone wants to come in to say why they love America, obviously I'm opening it up. I have great announcements. This week, I'm doing the arrangements to go over to New York to protest in front of the United Nations on Saturday. So I'm trying to make that happen. And again, this is all personal initiative, just because I want to, just because I want to spread democracy, just because I want to propose the end of human rights violations, just because I want to promote what America stands for, and why the U.S. instead of the imperial power that many claim to be, it's actually the machine that drives freedom throughout the world. It's the community that wants others to embrace freedom and to have the individual rights respected. So I want to thank all those people in the chat. Thank you all so much. Let me put the chat. Let me put the link also there. So in case somebody wants to come in real quick and say why they love America, why I say, like I said, this is not going to be the only opportunity. This is going to be very often in my channel. This channel will always embrace why we love America, why America should be held up high for everyone to see, because we are this shining city on the top of the hill. We are what the rest of the world that is oppressed, or that lacks freedom and that lacks opportunity looks up to, and we will defend that, and we will always showcase and tell people about it, and not be afraid of it, not be afraid of our opinions, not be afraid of what because our opinions are, again, it's the decisions we make out of our ideas, out of our thoughts, out of the things that we decide to believe in, and that's something that we will always have to respect. Give me 1 second so I can start reading some of this of the people here and say thanks to. I want to say something to in Cuba. En Cuba en Cuba se habla lengua. Gracias por estar ahí, mi hermano. So thank you so much for being there. That is awesome. That he has a website where he's doing shirts, and um, he's also helping some initiatives, in this case in Cuba, to spread democracy, to get people to kind of start, mobilizing in Cuba. So thank you for being there. Lugo, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Lugo. Special brother, thanks for being on there. Again, everybody, this channel is going to always have a little part, at least once a month. I want to do a little section on why America, why we love America, why America will always, the United States, we will always be grateful, but not just grateful. We will spread the love. It's kind of like paying it forward. When we are granted by America to pay, given all these freedoms and all these opportunities, we want to make sure to pay it forward and tell the world about it, to make sure the world has that, this mask, that wrong perspective they have on us. Let me also say, Alejandro, thank you, brother. Thank you for being there. I appreciate your support of the channel always. So let me tell you a little more, because this channel is about to get very dynamic. This channel is about to take Jose Views on the road, and obviously some of you will be along the way with me, and you will see the greatness of America with me as I, travel, and as I do some things to show democracy by doing. Sometimes, the more I talk here, the more I say, well, people can get bored of my opinions. So let me just start doing, so people can actually experience, especially those throughout the world, can see what we're talking about. And in my case, I'm an American, so I'm pretty sure there's other people from other countries here that want to talk about their democracy and how they view freedom, and how their perspective on freedom is. And America is always a great ally of freedom and democracy. So they will always have a seat in this channel too. So it's a Sunday. It is a topic that I wanna I wanna really make a section within the channel, and that's why at least once a month we're gonna sit here and we're gonna find things that America is great for. One of the things that I was going to do, and I'm still going to do, is that it didn't happen last week. Is obviously I have planned a let's see. I planned. So what I did was I planned a shooting lesson, because I want to demonstrate why the Second Amendment, the goods, the pros and the cons of the Second Amendment, but why it's so important, and why it's our Second Amendment in the Constitution, and why Americans treasure their right to bear arms. And I'm going to start by, I never shot like in life, before. I've shot BB guns and stuff like that, but never like guns and shotguns and different types of guns. So I found a friend who's going to, we're going to go to a shooting range, or to a country place that is for shooting, and we're going to, try different types of weapons and stuff like that, and we're going to do the process of what would it take for an American, in this case a blind American, or blind immigrant Hispanic American, to go and buy a gun. So we're going to do that. We're going to go and find out, how they do jury duty, so other people around the world see that process. We're going to show, and not just other people around the world, even people within the U.S. that maybe don't know, how that works, and or they haven't seen it yet. What happens if it's somebody like myself who's blind, or vice versa? Or what happens if it's somebody who speaks Spanish? All those things. So we're going to show that in live too. I want to also, like I said, this weekend, if it all works out, I'm working out the trip arrangements. It looks like I will have to go down to Orlando to be able to travel, but it looks like I'm going to be able to go to New York. So I'm going to film some lives while I'm in the process of getting there. So by Wednesday, I'll know if I'll buy my ticket and know if the protest is solidified and we're going to all gather there and stuff. But that's a trip coming up that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to do it all by myself. But again, Wednesday, I'll be able to give you all news if that's going to end. I'll obviously do my Saturday live in Spanish from there, and obviously a lot of English videos and lives in the process. And we'll see. It's a Saturday in front of the United Nations, so I don't think I'm going to be able to film a lot of. I don't think it's not going to be inside the United Nations. They're probably going to be closed, but they're off anyway. They're working remotely, so we're still going to make a presence. Just to let the world know that we are standing up for freedom. Cuban Americans want to show up and want to tell the world that democracy matters, that human rights matter, and that America is the best example in the world to showcase them. And we're going to be very proud, and we're going to show up in force, and we're going to, as Cuban Americans, represent that as one of the initiatives that a group called Somos Más, or in English it would be We Are More, is doing. And why are they doing it? Well, they're doing it because, believe it or not, Cuba, China, and Russia got added on to the Human Rights Council. So in China, as you know, there's concentration camps of some ethnic minorities. In Russia, we know that political opponents get killed with venom. So, and in Cuba, well, I've showed you, and I will show you for many years to come, all the hopefully actually for a few months to come until that dictatorship ends. I'll show you, the political prisoners, the freedom, the repression on freedom of speech, and all that kind of stuff that I've been showing you. So it's amazing that those three countries are there, and I don't think we as the U.S. we should denounce that, and we are at a political level, but as Americans, we want to make sure that the world knows that we're standing up, especially those Americans who came from other places, who faced those problems, and who know what lack of freedom really looks like. We want to show up in force, and we want to start putting a face to why we had to leave our country, why we had to migrate, and why we had to ask asylum to the U.S. And thank God that the society, the American society, and the American people and the government had the tools and the space for us to claim asylum and for us to live here and for us to have those freedoms. And that's something basically is the top number one reason why I love America. So it would be cowardly of us not to pay it forward, and we pay it forward in many different ways. Sometimes it's in participating in our communities, volunteering, or being good members of our religions, and also trying to do things to the church and to the community. Ladies, let me see what's happening. Lena, thank you so much for being there. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the support. I'm just looking so far, looking a little bit at the chat, and saying hi to people. Y'all are amazing. Um, Alejandro, I already say hi to you. So keep saying hi to people. Let me see if I can put it on again later on. So the reason why I did the chat again, I'm taking Jose Views on the road. Hopefully Friday and Saturday, we're going to New York in front of the United Nations. The weekend after that, I'm going to start shooting. So you're going to see a blind man shooting. It's going to be interesting. And we're going to talk about the Second Amendment. We're going to see how to go through the process of purchasing a firearm. We're also going to do some stuff. Hopefully, the local libraries. Obviously, voting starts next Monday here in Florida, but in other places it starts pretty soon too. If not in Georgia, I think it already started. So we're going to hopefully video and show that process, and we're going to kind of give the story of why Cuban Americans are so excited to participate in this year. It's not necessarily because of our political view. It's more because we want to pay it forward. We want to make the Cuban American story known. We know about what the U.S. had to fight through the Holocaust, and we think that unfortunately we Cuban Americans had tremendous people who came before us, who laid out a great, an amazing foundation for us to build on. A great community down in Miami and New Jersey and in Kentucky, Louisville. But now we want to take it to the next step and put it internationally, so people know what it's really about, and so that we start changing the international perspective on what this communist or this regimes really do, like Russia, China, Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela. When we talk about all those people are like, what are they talking about? Why are they making so much a big noise about? Why they make so much noise about it? Well, we're going to tell you why, because our story has not been told enough. Sometimes people fall into the romantic side of what the revolution in Cuba did, and China's culture, and the Russian oligarchs and the mafia and all that kind of stuff. And that's good for the movies, but for real life people, it's tremendously impacting. It makes America have to always receive silent seekers, which is great from a point of view of humanity, but at the same time, we need to from the individual side, we need to help the U.S. in the efforts of spreading democracy, and we need to be part of that. We need to put a face to the story. We need to put our backgrounds to the narrative. We need to show with videos and pictures and images what we're really talking about when we say, all the different things that happen. Why I love America? America got me away from all that. America gave me a great life. America gave me the tools to be to chase my dreams, to chase my opportunities. Um, I currently, work full time. I own my own place. I My parents are doing really well. They've made a life for themselves, and for many different people, the dream, the American dream, means many different things. I think I achieved that a long time ago. Once I had the reins of my life in my hands, and once I could determine what I was going to do with my life, that was my American dream. And everything after that is like it's really um, it's really the frosting on the cake. Anything from now on, I just hope to be able to touch others with it, because it's a pretty good life, and it's only thanks to this country, thanks to the American people, thanks um, to the American Constitution, thanks to those Cuban Americans who came before me and lay out the pillars of what to do to integrate into this great nation, and also thanks to my community. My community has given me abundance of opportunities. Some I've taken, some I missed, used, some I missed, not had didn't take them strongly enough. But you learn, and what's great about America is that you get many opportunities. Now you always want to solidify and always want to clinch to your opportunities. But the good thing is that as long as you fight and as long as you work hard and as long as the truth is that as long as you put your foot forward and you have the right mindset and you put your best your best intent, you will be rewarded in some type of way with opportunities, and you will be most importantly be able to choose whatever you want to do. You won't be told. In Cuba, you were you had the government was like kind of like your parents. They tell you what to read, what to listen to, what to study, what to work, what to wear, where to show up for a rally, what to protest for, all those things. And in America, you get to choose all that. Nobody tells you what, and you get to make your mind, and you get to make and shape the world around you. And all those things sound very cliche, but it's very, very true. And we're going to show you in this channel. We're always going to remind you of how grateful we are to be here and why we want you to realize that why this is the best nation in the world, why we really can help. And obviously, we have to make our country better every day, and we will by working hand on hand with difference of opinions and with different ideas. But we will always make this country better. But at the same time, we need to let everybody else know what to do to achieve what we have achieved. It's kind of like you becoming a professional at anything, and you become an expert, and then not sharing that knowledge or not sharing other people's that intellect or that information on how to get there. I think we're the top of the cream, and as the top of the cream, we need to leave a legacy of freedom. And our government the American people has voted for policies that do that, but we need to, as Cuban Americans, I know that we have the responsibility to put it forward, and that's what we're doing. Let me again, Jose Tur, what's up, brother? Thank you for being there. Appreciate it, my man. Let's see. Let me put the let me say hi real quick. Let's see. Okay. Let me say hi real quick again to everybody in the chat. And let me put the link out in case there's anybody who wants to share. Okay. Let me put the link again in case anybody else wanted to share their story. Like I said, if it's not now, once a month, I plan to do this section of why I love America, because we want to leave an archive of, of opinions and what people think, and different stories of why they love America. So we're gonna make sure that don't be shy. If you don't know English, I will translate for you. We will always have this section in our channel though. Once a month, I'm determined to make sure that this is something that our channel is going to leave for Cuban Americans. It's a little section of archives of people's stories of why we love America. Um, Again, this channel is about to become really dynamic. I know I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks, but we're about to take off. We're about to Wednesday. I find out if this trip to New York is a real thing, and we're really the protest is already legal and all this kind of stuff. Like we're asking for permits and stuff like that. And once Somos Mas does it, or We Are More, the group We Are More that I'm affiliated with, gives the green light, then I'm going to buy my ticket, go over to Orlando Friday afternoon, get in a plane, and to LaGuardia and show up on Saturday. So hopefully it happens. We'll see. Unless something happens with travel, I should get there. So yeah, y'all gonna see that. And then also another thing that is coming is let's see. I said obviously the Second Amendment. I'm going to show how the process of getting a gun. I'm going to also show by action the process of voting. Show by action, how we do jury duty, and show by action how we use some of our systems, like whether it is to get some type of uh, court documents, some type of how to go through that process, why transparency works, and all those kind of things. So I'm super proud of this chat. I'm super proud of people in the channel. Um, we have grown a little bit on getting people active. We are also creating eventually a initiative on change.org, which is going to be basically saying, asking our political dissident leaders within Cuba and outside of Cuba to kind of like really push each other's agenda, like to support each other's initiatives. So if there's one that has a march, for all of them to sign or publicly tell their followers or tell their people that are in their groups or their leadership that to please support those that initiative and vice versa. So whenever a political dissident has an initiative, everybody else can support it and everybody else can join in. So I'm going through the process. I don't want to throw it out there on the table yet because I want to gather a little more support before I actually do it. But that's something we're working on the channel. Please give me ideas if you have things. Oh, by the way, so in my channel, one of the English videos back then was no travel to Cuba. We're asking for people in English in the in the English world, as I said, to please help us in this initiative of no traveling to Cuba now. We're in a critical time that we really think this would impact the dictatorship, and this will help in the efforts of liberating Cuba. So we have this initiative of no travel to Cuba, and in this group, Somos Mas, so it's SOMAS plus. We do a live in English Monday nights at 8 p.m. And I say we because it's not really mine. I just go in and participate, or I'm just in the chat with many of you. But what I'm saying is, it's an English version, which I want to share in my channel, and I want to share in my social media, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, so that you all know that that's another area that we're again, we want to get other people engaged in our fight, and we want to get other people engaged in why we're doing this and why Cuban Americans are so active right now. I don't know if some of you know, but a leader within the community, an influencer that does a lot of does a show called Otaola, which his name is Alexander Otaola, and he has this Facebook and YouTube show. He's a YouTuber, an influencer, very very well known within the Cuban world. He met with the President Trump. He met with President Trump last Friday, and there was like 4 questions there that they asked, and pretty much, it was obviously seeing Trump could support the initiatives of getting rid of the communism in our atmosphere, with Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, and Trump said yes, that actually he wants one of his victories, one of his trumps, to be that and to get rid of the Cuban dictatorship and also Venezuela. So among that, but one of the things is that the Cuban American support for Trump was pretty significant enough for this meeting to happen. and what it means is that our message is getting through. There's many people like Alexander Odaola, like many others doing this. And what I'm doing is I want to eventually make the format to spread their word, to spread what they're doing. Um, there's even constructive criticism going on within our social media, within our social influencers. Criticizing some funding that has been given for that for the efforts of ending the dictatorship. And there's also there's not so everything is very free. It's very if you check it out, it's very once I'm able to tell their stories in the English side to many of you, you will find out that it's not everybody thinks alike. Was what I'm trying to say. It's not like all one branded one. No, there's many different types of people. There's many different types of ideas. Some support Trump, some don't. But the good thing is that there's um, a good will right now within the Cuban community to support the president and his efforts in changing all this communist dictatorships around our hemisphere with Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. So that meeting happening on Friday was very significant for us, and very very special to know that our message is getting to the president, is getting to the executive branch, is getting to the Department of State. They're aware of what we're doing. They know what we're up to. And America gives us that. That's why I'm so grateful to and why I love America so much. Who was going to say that a small little minority, a small little group of people who really, really treasure freedom was going to get the ear of the president on one-on-one meeting, and who's going to say that that only happens in a country as diverse and as well um, well put together as our country. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Where we're maybe 2 million Cubans in the U.S. Max, and that we get the ear of the president with our story and tell him what we want to help with and what we need in order to make our world better, in order to leave and create more freedom. And we get their ear, and then they're acting in coordinates with us to make those things happen. It's pretty amazing, pretty awesome. So anyway, I love America because of all those things I mentioned and because of a ton more. But I think better than me telling you about it, I want to show you by doing. And I think we're about to do that. Thank God. I'm getting out of this four walls. I'm going to start doing things live. I'm going to put a mask, be safe, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to New York. I know COVID up there, most likely. Wednesday, I'm going to do a small live when, during the day or something, to give you all an update if I'm really if it's happening, because obviously if it's happening you'll see a live. If it's not happening, you won't see a live. I'll touch with you all on Saturday. But I'm hoping that Wednesday I connect with y'all to tell you, hey, good news. We're gonna start doing things, big things. We're gonna start meeting other people. We're gonna start, and it's gonna be the first time that I do lives. I know how to do videos with my iPhone, even though I cut my head off and I cut other people's heads off. But I know how to do lives with my iPhone. Now, I mean, videos. Now, lives is gonna be the first time I do lives with my phone. So we'll see how that works. That chat. I'm sorry, I may not see your comments, all your great comments as I go. But either way, I'm going to I'm going to do my best to kind of keep in touch with all of you. And I'm going to be reading the comments after the lives if I do any lives during the trip, during the event. And anyway, cross your fingers that it all comes together. I should know about it Monday, Tuesday, if it's all done, and then Wednesday I'll be booking my trip and see if the logistics work out where I can make it. COVID is pretty high up in New York, but we're gonna be careful. Like I said, there's some things worth fighting for that are worth taking a little bit of risk. And I'm going to be very careful, just like everybody else. I hope all of you have an awesome Sunday. Like I said, if you want to follow up more English content, visit Somos Mas on Mondays at 8 p.m. And obviously Sundays at 7, I will always be here. And many of my new videos and my lives now, for real, I know I've been telling y'all for a while, for real, are going to be in English. There might be a little bit of a Spanglish because there's parts I'm going to say in Spanish because I want other people who follow my channel who know Spanish to get the to kind of follow along too. But it's going to be more English and Spanish. So I'm kind of proud of what's about to happen, of what I'm about to do, and of how we're going to start doing things kind of in a really, really cool way. I think this has never been done before in YouTube, what I'm about to try to do. So I'm kind of pumped up, and I'm going to show you why we love America, why I love America, and why we live in America, and why America is the greatest nation on earth, and why we want others to be free and to have freedom and to have their own democracies, and obviously share on the allies who already do and celebrate others who already have freedom, and make sure that we support everybody else. Anyway, you'll get great news on Friday, Wednesday. Like I said, I'm planning to go to New York. Then I'm planning to do the other ones I talked to you about. And then obviously, if this trip to New York goes well and I'm able to make it happen, and I do good lives and I can videotape with my phone and this kind of stuff, then we're gonna start doing other. We're gonna be joining other groups and be doing other really cool stuff, other cool initiatives to kind of spread the word and to kind of build on what all of you here put in the chat. I want to spread that physically, via social media, via any way I can. We want to make our voices heard and clear and loud, so everybody knows what Cuban Americans are so active and why we are so pro America and why we really promote freedom and democracy is because really we want to pay it forward, because we're very grateful of what we've been the opportunities we've been getting the opportunities we got, and why we want others to have them. So paying it forward in our channel is very important. So we're going to do it. So anyway, y'all, be in tuned. Our shows are about to get really good, especially once I leave this chair, that TV, and this walls within my home. You're about to really know me better. You're about to really know how life is great in America from a personal perspective. How if I do it, anyone else can do it. And I'm a great weapon for those who are naysayers who talk bad about our country or the nation of the U.S. and who talk bad about freedom, who talk bad about democracy. I'm about to show them a lesson that they're gonna have to eat their words because they're not gonna have anything to say. It's gonna disarm them completely. Like I said, I challenge some kid in Cuba. No, I don't challenge. My goal is for some kid in Cuba to be able to do the same things I do, and that's that's another thing that's going to happen here in the channel. And I'm pretty proud of what we're doing. Thank you all so much. Have an awesome night. Keep please keep in touch during the week, because Wednesday I'll let you know. Friday I'm doing videos and going live with y'all during the trip. And then Monday, I may see some of you in this live in English at 8 at night with Somos Mas, SOMAS, and then the plus sign. If you put that on YouTube, you'll see it, 8 at night. Great lives within one. Do not travel to Cuba. We're planning to do that every week, every Monday nights at 8, so y'all know. And then, like I said, after that, if this works out, then I have planned, obviously, the Second Amendment video. So take care. Have an awesome Sunday. See you, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And let me say bye-byes to Jose Tur, to Lena. Lena, thank you. Thank you for the luck. I need it. Believe me, I need a lot of luck. But we're going to make it happen. It's going to be great.